We know that, as a physical therapist, you can't be with your patients all the time. We wanted to find a way to connect you to their everyday progress and make it easier for you to stay up to date on their recovery. That's why we made the SmartWalk. The SmartWalk gathers information about the daily use of walking assistive devices and helps you document the use of your patient's walker or cane. SmartWalk also analyzes trends in the data and notifies you and your patient, helping you provide the best care possible.
For many patients, a walker or cane can be prescribed to get them on their feet again after a knee, hip, or other lower body injury. The SmartWalk is designed to keep track of each and every instance that the walker is being used and network that information to the patient's physical therapist. This gives the physical therapist consistent knowledge about the walker's use and whether the patient has been following the prescribed rehabilitation schedule.
SmartWalk can gather information about daily usage. For example, it provides the amount of time used per day, the number of days the patient has used the device, and other useful information. SmartWalk will streamline treatment and minimize recovery time. With its help, your patient can return to a healthy and active lifestyle in no time.
SmartWalk uses an Arduino Leonardo. An accelerometer on the device gives the Arduino analog inputs of position. This gives SmartWalk the ability to detect movement. LM34 temperature sensors read analog temperatures into the Arduino. The Ethernet shield networks the Arduino to the internet.
The accelerometer system uses the analog input from the accelerometer to compute the magnitude of the acceleration vector, how many walking increments the individual has taken, and the total distance traveled. This data is then sent to ThingSpeak via the Ethernet shield.
The heat sensing system uses heat sensors on the handles of the walking assistive device. The analog input is then used to determine the time that the individual has spent holding the walker. Using the Ethernet shield, this information is sent to ThingSpeak.
The Ethernet shield allows for the connection between the data gathered on Arduino and the internet. The temperature sensors detect the increased temperature of the palm of my hand and graphs the points to ThingSpeak. When the temperature crosses a threshold, it takes the time, and when it crosses the threshold a second time, it takes the final time. Using the difference in times, the total time is calculated and sent to ThingSpeak.
As the device is raised and lowered, the accelerometer takes in 3 analog inputs of the X, Y, and Z positions and calculates the magnitude of the resulting acceleration vector. If the magnitude of the acceleration is large enough, the count for the walking increments increases. Total distance traveled can be calculated from the number of walking increments taken. Distance traveled depends on each individual's stride.
This is a simple example of how the device would attach to a cane or walker. The temperature sensors are wired to the handle,